Ooh, what's going on there, YouTube? Vaping with Twisted420 has returned. And today, we got a tank. A hell of a tank. Some would even say a cloud-chasing tank? Yeah, it's the fucking Goblin by Youde, or Youde. I like saying both, Youde and Youde. Anyway, let's go ahead and have a look at it, why don't we? And we are back, folks. We are back once again. And look at the clouds coming from this little bitty tank right here. Youde, those dudes been killing it since back in the day. They're back with another hit. Everyone's been asking me about this thing. Everyone's been asking me, like, oh, when are you gonna do the Goblin review? Are you gonna do the Goblin review? Well, here's the Goblin review. For those curious, the deck's kind of similar to like an Orchid and a Billow. And you get two different tank sizes, 3 mil and 4.2 mil, at least the one that's coming from JK Vapes, which this one came from. And you get fucking monster airflow. It's like 3mm by 7mm airflow. This fucking thing has more airflow than some of my drippers over there. It's fucking crazy. If you guys are looking for a cloud chasing tank, have no fucking fear. The UD Goblin is here. You see, I'm a poet, didn't even know it. This came from JK Vapes. And they sell this for $39.99. And for $39.99, it's a hell of a tank. Hell of a tank. Now, the previous Goblins only came with a 3 mil glass tank and the chimney for it, right? This new updated version comes with an extra chimney top and a bigger glass, so you can do 4.2 mils, which is great because this motherfucker runs through some juice. That's what they do. They run through some juice. Completely not related. I just want to say I came back from Vape Blast this weekend, Vape Blast 3 in Fort Worth, Texas. Oh, it was a hell of a time. Really, really fun little vape expo. Met a lot of great people, took pics, hung out. It was awesome. It was a really good time. I just wanted to throw that in there. That's why I picked up this shirt. Mothers Against Dripping and Driving. There's a company, Six Stitch. They got some badass vape shirts, and I had to get this one and a couple others. But anyway, Vape Blast 3 was awesome. I just want to throw that out there. But anyway, it's not about that. It's about the Goblin. I'm going to try to keep it cool. Right now, we're running a 0.4 resistance at 50 watts. I got a dual coil in there. I think it was 26 gauge. We'll look at it when we dive up close. But I'm running it on the iStick 50 watt at 50 watts. And it's fucking fantastic. Let me have a toke. Ooh, putting out like a champ for a damn tank. Previously, the king of the hills for rebuildable tanks were, in my opinion anyway, the Limo and the Billow and the Orchid V6s, the Orchids and the Billows, and so you guys know where I'm going with this. And then this guy comes out of nowhere, and I gotta say, it's got the most airflow I found on a tank. It's fucking crazy. Now, interestingly enough, I think they're coming out with a Billow version 2 and a Limo version 2. So we're going to see if they'll be able to compete with this guy. But I got to say, man, as far as flavor and airflow, this bitch is pretty on point, I must admit. Let me have another toke. Just fan-fucking-tastic. Anyway, without bothering you guys too much, what we're going to do is dive up close. I'm not going to rebuild it because, you know, you see my Orchid or my Billow videos, you know how I do my coils. But I'll talk about it in a minute. I always get sidetracked. The deck is really small deck. But anyway, we will re-wick it. I'll show you how I wick it. I wick it pretty much like I do Billows and Orchids and so forth. But to better understand this Goblin RTA, we need to dive up close and take a look at it. So let's do that right meow. Alright folks, and here we are up close with the Goblin. First things first, let's take a look at the packaging. This is very classic Youde packaging here. You guys know what time it is. You open that thing up, you do a flippy dippy right there, you get a little instruction manual, which we don't give a shit about. And you got a couple of specs. It's got a copper pin contact, which is adjustable. That's good for conductivity and such. It's pretty short, 46mm when it's in a 3 mil mode. Perfect match for your pocket, they say. 7mm 7mm by 3mm large airflow and drip tip. I don't even know what the fuck I did with the drip tip. Glass tank, health friendly, 304 grade stainless steel, leakage proof. I don't know about the leakage proof part. I mean, I really haven't had problems because I wick it right, but I bet that bitch could leak if you really wanted it to. Here's the short chimney for the 3mm tank right here. The little guy, and then as you turn around, this is only on the updated version now. Back here in this little cubby hole is where you would have found your 4.2mm glass and chimney adapter. But here is the 3mm glass section. As you can see, it is a bit smaller. It's cool though that they give you the option in case you want to rock it small or do whatever. And then you get some fucking silica. Who's still using silica is what I want to know. Quit sending silica, China. You got some extra screws in here, some silica, a little bit of wire. Looks to be maybe 24 gauge maybe. That's weird. But what the fuck's up with this black screwdriver? Where's my little blue guy? This is what it's about. Not this, guys. What are you doing? You're ruining my dreams. Anyway, so that's what you get in the back. Yeah, if you want to go to a smaller tank, you just grab this little chimney section and that little glass, and bada bing, bada boom, you're 3mm. All right, now that we got all that figured out, let's go ahead and dive up close and take a look at our specimen, which somehow I already went and drained all the liquid out of it, just so we didn't have to have any more breaks in between here. But as you can see, this motherfucker, look at that airflow, y'all. And it's dual. You can adjust it, cut it off and stuff, but why would you want to? Well, for you mouth to lung people, this is probably not going to be a tank for you. This is going to be a lung inhaling, cloud chunking, such and so forth. 22mm, looks real nice, let me pop my tip off. I got this tip in Vape Blast 3 too. I thought it looked cool. Pop that off, and we'll disassemble this bitch real quick. Oh yeah, this ring that does the airflow control, it just kind of pops off. It's held on by an O-ring. Not too shabby. Let's go ahead and disassemble Johnny 5 real quick. All right, let's see. So yeah, you just unscrew. Oh, chimney got stuck. You just unscrew all this stuff. Super easy. There's my chimney section. I'm gonna break it all down like a brick. Right here, right now. Right here, right now. You got an O-ring up top to help seal the glass section. And let me show you this deck real quick. Let me go ahead and pull this cotton out too, as long as we're up close. Show you guys. At first I was like, man, I'm gonna have to put some wick in the channels on this, but when I went back to wicking it like I do with orchids and billows and such, it works just fine. You don't have to put juice in the channels if you don't want to. Anyway, let me go ahead and dry burn that guy. Uh-oh, looks like one coil's heating up faster than the other. Let me tighten up one of these screws real quick. All right, I gave my screws a quick tighten. And that's what you want right there. Oh, look, got a little bit of juice boiling there. That's fine. Oh yeah, they're heating up beautiful. Okay, so here's my build. I think I did 26 gauge, like 8 wraps or so, something like that. Not the prettiest build on earth, but it works. Now here's the thing about this little guy. Look at that deck. That is a tiny little deck. You got to really scoonch your wire in there to make sure it clears the chimney. And that's one of my only cons on this thing. It's kind of a bitch to build. Not super hardcore, but kind of a bitch. Look at the airflow underneath those coils, though. Holy shit. Airflow 4 days. You got your giant juice channels on either side. Like I said, I don't put anything in there. I just kind of sit the cotton up on this ledge and let the juice kind of flow up to it. You got a quad post setup, similar to, like I said, to orchids and so forth. Pretty generous size post holes. You could probably fit 22, 24 gauge in there, no problem. I doubt you'd want to, but yeah, I don't know, different strokes for different folks. Phillips head screws, which I appreciate. Very easy to use. I did just have to tighten them up, but you know how it goes. With a little bit of heat, stuff starts moving around, so forth and so on. That's really one of my only complaints here is how tiny that deck is. You really got to get your shit together. Look how close I got to get those coils to the center positive block. It's crazy. But if you can fight through it, you'll be greeted with a nice vape experience, people. I'm telling you. But anyway, if you were putting this together just for showing you, well, you put that on and you put your chimney on and all your shit, and then just screw it down. That's all it is. The chimney threads into the top, easy peasy. But what we need to do, so I can show you guys a little bit about how this guy works, is we need to re-wick it. Get wicked with it. Let me see. I know I got some Japanese cotton over here somewhere. What is this? I got so much damn random samurai. Oh, okay, we'll try some of this. I don't even remember where I got this. Samurai Japanese cotton. All right, that should work. We'll just get a little bit out. We're not going to use a whole bunch. We're just going to get a little bit. Yeah, that should do it. A little piece like that. I'm going to tear that in half. This is still going to be way too much. I'm going to cut a lot off, but it's cool. It's cool. I'm just going to twist this thing up, roll it up, light it up, vape it up. Inhale, exhale. All right, now I'm just going to stick a little bit off in there. Come back on my other side, stick a little bit more off in there. How's everybody doing out there today? Y'all doing all right? Y'all enjoying the video so far? That's good. That's good. Glad to know you guys are happy. All right, now we're just going to take a little bit more, put her in there. Now, here's the thing. Make sure it's nice and tight. We're going to cut a shit ton of this off. And I mean a shit ton. I'm just going to leave just a hair. And this is really the most important part, the wicking on this thing. We're going to cut. That's probably too much, but there we go. Now we're just going to go over here. Cut a little bit more. See how much I got there? Not much. Let me cut some of this right here. Oh, son of a bitch. I really need to get some more. I got some other scissors. There's in the other room. I need to bring them bitches in here. That's probably still too much cotton. Let me trim her down a little bit more. I feel like I'm cutting hair over here. All right, cool. I'm happy with that. We're going to call that good. Juice. I know what I'll use. I'll use some Horse Tooth by Highlander. These dudes out of Colorado. Super cool guys. They were there with Boosted and Sick Boy. They all were sharing a booth because they're all from Colorado. Super cool dudes. Highlander juice. Fucking delicious. Horse Tooth. On point. Apples and shit. Fucking delicious. All right. So what we're going to do right now, folks, is we're going to paint some happy clouds right here. We're just going to get that cotton all moist. We're going to have a little bit of over dripping, but that's fine. There we go. We're just going to paint that wick right there. Oh shit, I'm not even in focus. All right, I'm still not in focus. Fuck it. You get what I'm doing here though. I'm painting the wick. We're just going to get that nice and saturated. And we got a bunch of happy clouds right here, people. There we go. All right, cool. Got that nice and saturated. Let me show you something else. Actually, yeah, I'll show you after we get through with this. We'll look at the bottom. Now I'm gonna grab a little flathead. I know I got a little. There you are. I'm gonna grab a little flathead. Now watch this. Watch what I do right here, folks, because this is serious shit. All right, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna put it like right there. Okay. Now I'm gonna come over here. I'm not sure if that's good, but we'll know in a minute. I'm going to put that right there. Just not in it, just right above it. So the juice runs right up to it, but don't cover up your airflow. That's what you don't want. Make sure that's all good. Now I'm going to come back on my other side. I'm going to do that same thing. Just going to tuck like Chuck and get her off on that little ledge right there. Okay, I'm feeling good about this so far. Feeling good about it. Don't want to block the airflow. Just keep it sitting right there. Cool. I think that'll work. I really do think that will work. Let's see if the chimney goes on. This is an important part too. But look at the chimney. It's got a little Goblin logo on it. Pretty cool, huh? Little logo. All right, now here's what we need to do. Okay, nice and easy. Nobody moves. Nobody gets hurt. Bam. I like that the chimney is separated also. It makes it a little easier to make sure nothing's touching. Get your shit all lined up and in place. Now that I got the chimney open up here, I'm just going to make sure that there's no wick blocking the airflow. I'm just going to kind of fuck around with it and just kind of move that over there. All right, cool. Yeah, I feel good about that. Let's give it a fire real quick. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now here's our longer chimney section because we're in the 4.2 mil situation. Bam. Yeah, like that. Then we grab our glass and just sit that bitch right there on that O-ring. And then we're just gonna go ahead and close this bitch. Just don't over tighten it. You don't want to break that glass. Bam, nice and tight. Pop my drip tip back on. And now, since we gotta fill it up, we're gonna take a look at the bottom real quick. Youde 2015, serial number 3256. Fuck me, way up there. I don't give a shit. Here's your fill hole. It is also a Phillips head. I like how they got kind of a squared off, flat, not squared off, what the fuck am I talking about? Rounded off, very flat screws they use on this, even on the deck. It's pretty cool. I like these screws. They're kind of nice. Anyway, ooh, you know what? I really should be using a syringe for this because I'm going to make a mess. But you know what? Fuck it. We'll see if we can't. It's a pretty good size hole. Let's see if we can't, drip. It's filling up, but I do got a little bit of mass. Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead and drain. Yeah, if I tilt it, it'll just drain back in there. There we go. I probably don't have to super fill it, but we'll just get a little bit of juice in there. It's probably going to leak out of the drip tip in a minute, or it already has. Yeah, this is going to take forever. I'm going to probably edit some of this out. All right, folks, and there we go. I got her filled up almost. I might have put too much juice in there. Fuck me. I got carried away. It happens. Now, we're just gonna screw that shit back down right there. Oh, motherfucker. Dropping screwdrivers and shit, son of a bitch. There we go. Now, we're ready to rock. Yes! And that's what you need to know about the Youde Goblin, folks. Let me go ahead and make sure she's hitting right. Make sure I wicked her good. Let me open up this airflow all the way and take a toke. Well, I'd say she's fucking working. Cool beans, man. Yeah, sweet. So yeah, that's the Youde Goblin, folks. That's how you wick it. That's how you fill it. That's how you use it. And really, that's all I got to show you up close, folks. At this point, I feel perfectly fine with backing out, talking on it, and vaping on it. Ooh, yes. Yes, and we are back, folks. We just took an up close and personal look at the Youde Goblin. Now the question is, Twisted, how does it vape? And I gotta say, it vapes fucking nice, man. This thing put some of my older drippers to shame. Back, you know, before they started doing crazy airflow and all that shit. The airflow, 3mm by 7mm, is nuts. And the flavor is yummy. This is a tank with dripper performance, almost. Almost. I got some drippers. I mean, that's like, with these tanks, a lot of these sub-ohm clear mounts coming out, they're fucking great. But there are some drippers that you cannot replicate that experience. The flavor, the output. But this one, I gotta say, out of tanks, has been doing a damn good job thus far. Let me have another toke real quick. And it does no dry hits, no leaking. As long as you wick it like I showed you, which works for me. I don't know, hopefully it works for you. It's worked on all my other tanks. As long as you wick it like that, you have no issues. Let me have another toke. Full on flavor, motherfucking putting out vapor. You can't beat it for a fucking tank, man. And I'm glad that they added that 4.2 mil option. Had I got this tank before they revised it and added the bigger chimney in the bigger tank section, I would have been a little butthurt about the 3 mil capacity because this thing is a juice whore. Runs through some juice. Fuck me, it runs through some juice. Anyway, let's not get too far off track. Let's look at pros and cons. Pros, airflow. That's one of my biggest pros here, airflow. The deck's not bad. The way it's set up, you can easily do a dual coil build on it. It's just really a con for me is how small it is. Very hard to work with. You got to really get those coils in towards the middle to make sure they're not making contact with the chimney or anything else. That's kind of a bitch, the tiny deck. Not a super big deal. You just got to know how to build it. You know what I mean? You got to fuck with it a little bit. Just scooch everything in super hardcore. Glass tank is cool. You know, everybody... It's kind of a standard glass tank. The fact that it comes with the 3 mil and a 4.2 mil option is great. Some people don't like a super tall tank. Some people want more capacity, so you got a little something for everybody. That's pretty cool. The adjustable airflow is super easy. Copper contact in the bottom, that's adjustable. That's great. Fill hole's not bad. It's pretty generous size. You seen what I just did there with that dripper top. That drop top dropper, fucking drippy droppy, fuck it. Anyway, it fills it up pretty easy. Not bad. I made a little bit of a mess, but not too bad overall. And it's a pretty good looking tank. It's not bad looking. You know, it's a pretty snazzy little tank. It doesn't look ugly. I'll say that. You know, if you factor in everything, the airflow, the different tank sizes and everything, I gotta say the Goblin is a winner, folks. And I gotta say, Joytech and eSiggity and EH Pro better come with it on their new versions because this motherfucker is pretty on point. I can't even lie. And for $39.99, it's It's a pretty good deal. Pretty damn good deal. You know, years ago, for a good tank like this, you would have paid, it would have been like 150 bucks, the authentic. And then you would have waited for a shittier clone to come out, which the clones weren't that great back then. Now, you got authentic shit coming out of China that's killing a lot of other stuff for usually under 40, 50 bucks. It's awesome, man. It's an awesome time to be vaping. And this tank is it's the bee's knees and the kitty's titties, I tell you. Let me have a toke. Great too, I can chain vape, no issues. Like, oh, I got some juice in my mouth. Ah, it's pretty good though. Damn, apples. But yeah, you see what I'm saying. If you wick it right, it'll work right. But yeah, really, that's all I got for you, folks. This is a good tank. The deck's kind of small. That kind of sucks, but everything else is great. 2-piece chimney, giant airflow, adjustable 510, different size tank sections. It's a winner. I'll put links in the description to JK Vapes. They got this thing for $39.99. And if you like what you see, go pick you one up. It's a pretty good tank if you're down to do some rebuilding. You know what I mean? And really, that's what I got for you, folks. So with that being said, thank you for watching. I truly do appreciate it. Remember, it doesn't matter what you're vaping on as long as you're not on the stinkies. And last but not least, you stay sexy, YouTube. Me and this scary old goblin are out.